This is the new normal, heavily armed soldiers weaving between tourists and locals in the French capital. Across Europe, countries have beefed up their security as scenes like this have become increasingly familiar. In the last 2 years, there have been major terror attacks in Paris, Nice, Brussels and Berlin, and experts warn the worst is still to come.
We know that the future will be very dark because the best fighters are not back yet. They are still fighting in Syria. Some of them are being killed, but not all of them, and they will eventually come back. These tough fighters will not only be able to strike by themselves because of their military abilities, they will also be in capacity to instruct young people who are willing to fight us, but who didn't go to the Syrian military theater. I think that it's only the first wave struck us, but it's only a beginning.
This is the Bataclan concert hall in Paris, where 90 people were killed by Islamist extremists. The ISIL terror group has shown that it's capable of striking at will across Europe, and that has implications not just for the continent's security, but also for its future political stability. The political reverberations from ISIL's wave of atrocities are already starting to be felt. Last week, leaders of Europe's most formidable nationalist parties came together for what they described as a counter-summit designed to outline the Europe of tomorrow. The star of the show was Marine Le Pen, France's far-right leader, who is leading in the polls ahead of April's presidential election.
I have already said it in France, but the remark has to be repeated everywhere in Europe. We are experiencing the end of one world and the birth of another.
Analysts say destroying liberal Western democracies is exactly what ISIL wants.
They can kill people in Europe, in Berlin, in Paris, in Brussels. Yes, they can do it. They will probably do it again, unfortunately, but they can't win this war. But the political war is diverse, yes, and they can influence the political games. They can give an impetus to those political forces, can be extremist forces, asking for a more severe answer, for a more maybe authoritarian stand from the national democracies of Europe.
There will be national elections in France, Germany and the Netherlands this year. And while the prospect of right-wing nationalists exercising real political power in Europe may still seem far-fetched, the longer ISIL is able to maintain its terrorist offensive against Europe, the more likely it becomes. Kate Parkinson, CGTN, Paris.